Hello and welcome back. So this is the look I filmed today. Cutesy little V-Day look. So I already tried this twice and both times it f***ed up on me. The first time I tried to smoke it out in the corner with some purple and it just went completely patchy. Well, that purple's f***ed that right up, didn't it? The second time I used the shimmer shade on the lid and it made my eyelid look so unbelievably creasy that I just couldn't do it. I don't like this. That looks so wrinkly on my eyelid. So I'm gonna give this palette one more try. I'm gonna take in some reinforcements and I'm gonna use some of my Makeup Geek shadows with it. Okay, I'm gonna take this shade called Honey Badger from Makeup Geek and I'm gonna apply this just to my crease. It just wasn't working without a brown shade. I just needed a little bit of a neutral in my crease to make this work. So you can just use like any neutral brown that you have in one of your palettes for this shade. Just make sure it's not too dark. You want it just as a nice soft transition shade. And now into the Love palette, I'm taking the shade Intense. And I'm gonna work this on the outer part of the crease. Taking some of the shade Giving and I'm going to apply this all over the lid. There's a lot of fall down though. A lot of fall down. And take a little bit of Passion and just apply some of this to the outer part of the eye. I'm just wiping underneath my eyes with a wipe because there's a lot of fall down from these shadows. I don't know if it's me or the palette today, but we're having some issues. This is just the Hourglass concealer, which, as I said in my last tutorial, I have been loving this concealer. I just really like the coverage and how it looks on the skin. So along the top I'm just going to add a liner, but I'm not going to wing it out. I'm just going to do a little fine line along my top lash line just to define my eye shape. So I'm taking this liner from Cosmetics. It's just like a felt tip liner and this one is in brown. So see the way there, that just defines my eye shape and just kind of finishes it off a little bit nicer. I want to do the purple underneath my eye, but I've been having the worst luck today with this makeup that I feel like if I do it... Actually, you know, if I fuck it up, it's easier to take off on the bottom than it is on the top. So let's just do it. So I'm going to take the shade Dream and we'll say a little prayer. This is a small little brush. It's a BH Cosmetics number 11 brush. I'm just going to take this Marc Jacobs liner. This is the shade Earthquake and I'm just going to apply this into my waterline. I'm going to grab some of the shade Giving, which was the pink shade that we used on the lid. I'm going to just apply more into the inner corners. Okay, I'm going to warm up my skin now. I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs bronzer. Flash and Fantasy blush from Marc Jacobs. I really should start using some new blushes in these tutorials. I'm going to highlight using this new Too Faced highlight palette. This is called Turn Up the Light and I'm using the shade Medium. So there's 3 different highlights to it and I'm taking the glow one because I find that that one is the glowiest. And I'm just going to finish it off with Stone liquid lipstick from Dose of Colours. I really don't know about this palette. Maybe I was just having an off day and it just wasn't working for me, because I usually love her palettes, but today, I don't know, it just wasn't working. If you have this palette, I'd love to hear what you think of it, if it works for you. I'll definitely give it another go and see. Anyway, hope you have a lovely Valentine's Day, whether you're celebrating it or not. I hope you have a lovely day anyway, and that's it. I'll catch you in the next one. That is not fun in the eyeball. And I'm taking taking some. Why does everything have to fall on me?